Hello Ramen Nation, Chris Cobain here, bringing you guys XRL, the Ramen League Week 3 Pokemon of the week. First off, I want to apologize to you, for you guys for this being late one day. It's always on Friday, but Friday was my wife's birthday. Amichu, as you guys would know her as, obviously, and we spent the whole day with her. Took her shopping, spent a bunch of money, all that fun stuff. So we weren't able to record it yesterday, so figured we'd do it one day late, so my apologies for that, but I had pretty good reason, so. But we had some good stuff this week in week 3. Quite a number of Pokemon were submitted that I really liked. As per usual, this list is a mixture of both. Obviously, the Heat Pokemon and the ones that just perform well. But I think you guys will like everyone, at least I do. So, starting off first with Wolfender and the Milwaukee MIGHTYENAS. Wolf seems to be a pretty constant. Not bunny, but Bithercage. A pretty constant staple of the list. Always coming up with really cool stuff. And this week it is Garbodor, which is a really cool set. And it put in work, and I had to put it on the list. And it's only on number 5 because it only picked up a single kill. But what it did was amazing. So Garbodor obviously shook a berry to allow it to soak up ground attacks, namely Earthquake, Aftermath, so it could deal damage to anything that killed it if it hit with physical attack, obviously. The Impish Nature, 252 HP, 56 attack, 200 defense, running Drain Punch, Spike, Seed Bomb, and Gunk Shot. So the thing you really want to look through for this is the Shuka Berry, which soaks those EQs, and the Seed Bomb to hit ground types. This thing was specifically built to fight Swampert, which was such a really cool set. It's such a great example of how you really should be building Pokemon in a Draft League format for something like this. Just a bait in Swampert. I believe Wolf actually predicted Swampert to come in. It caught it with a Seed Bomb. Swampert lived, Earthquaked. You'd expect it to kill. It did not because of the berry, and then obviously the second Seed Bomb was able to wipe the floor with him. He also got up a layer of Spikes or two throughout the match. He didn't do really anything else as opposed or other than fighting off the Swampert, but our Garbodor beating up a Swampert like that, you just can't say no to that. It's just too good. So I had to put it on the list. Props to Wolf. He built the set, so good job, man. Awesome set. One of my favorite sets of the whole week. Maybe my personally favorite set of the entire week. Definitely had to make the list. So, coming in number 4 this week, we're going with Electros, Mike, and the Turin ZEBTRIKAS. And this Electros put in work. Now, I will admit that Mike got a heavy amount of RNG in his game, and this had a lot to do with it. This Electros had a lot to do with it, but it put in work. So, Electros, typical AV sound, nothing crazy there. Levitate, Brave is going to be plus attack and minus speed, so he's able to be mixed. 252 HP, 252 special attack, 252 HP, 252 attack, for special attack. Acid Spray, knockoff, superpower, and discharge. So, Acid Spray allowed it to attack and also fight Gramble, which I think is a really cool idea. And it also allowed it to fight Porygon too, which was really cool. It led the game. It acid sprayed Gramble, was able to avoid a play rough, starting off the RNG, and then Porygon 2 came in as he discharged, he got the para, and then was able to knock off the Eviolite and then kill Porygon with superpower Porygon 2, which is insane for an Electros to be able to 1v1 a Porygon 2 like that. And then later in the match, actually caught a Gramble on another switch in with discharge and paralyzed him and picked up the kill. Absolute RNG god this week. 2 paras and 2 discharges, and of the player rough avoid as well. But he ended up putting in a bunch of work. Got the 2 kills. The set was really cool. The set I feel like the set's kind of heat just because of the acid spray kind of thing, allowing it to better fight something like Porygon 2. So Porygon can't like recover stall. Really well built set for the team he was fighting. Well done. I think it was Mike who built it, but either way, well done on the set. Really liked it. And Electros deserved to put in work, even if he got a little bit of RNG. It happens. What are you going to do? Number 3 this week is going to be Devin and the Tampa Bay TWIGS. This time it'll be his Alolan Marowak. Now, yet again, this set's really not heat. In fact, it's not heat at all, but it puts in work, and it can't be ignored. So it's just Marowak Alolan, obviously. Thick Club, which is what you want most of the time. Lightning Rod, Adamant, max attack, max HP for special defense, running knockoff, Earthquake, Fire Punch, and Shadow Bone. So nothing crazy there. Pretty standard set, other than maybe running Fire Punch, other than Flare Blitz. With a Thick Club, typically you run Flare Blitz. But the reason that Marowak is on the list this week at number 3 is because Devin was down to, I think he was down to 2 Pokemon up against 4, and Marowak was able to pick up the last 4 kills by himself, including, and this is the one I love the most, soaking up 1,000 arrows from Zygarde and killing back with a single Shadow Bone, which was really, really nice. Absolute monster is Marowak. Sometimes you really forget how bulky this thing is, and of course, everyone knows how absolutely incredibly strong this thing is, of course, with the Thick Club as well. So it was able to guarantee Devin his first win of the season in week 3, rising him in 1 and 2 by picking up the last 4 kills and giving the victory. So it had to be on the list. Put him at number 3 because this set is so incredibly standard. But he definitely deserved to be on the list for how much work he put in. Remember, this isn't always Heat; it's just Pokemon of the Week. So, coming in at number 2, and again, it's just like Marowak, but this time it's even better. It's Garchomp, Mega Garchomp at that, which is already crazy because Mega Garchomp is sort of a iffy Pokemon compared to his regular, obviously. So it's Kyle and his Montreal TOUCANNADIENS. Garchomp Mega, obviously. Garchomp Bite with the Sand Force ability. Jolly. His EV spreads all around the place there. 12 HP, 244 attack, 20 defense, 28 special defense, 204 speed. I believe he told me that was to enable him to outspeed max speed Mega Heracross. Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Iron Head, Swords Dance. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Pretty standard set. But it was able to pick up and secure 5 kills in the match. And in fact was one shot away from 6-0ing a Hyper Voice from Pyroar. Ended up taking him out on like the second or third to last turn to end the sweep, but he did pick up 5 straight kills. A little bit of a team building mistake. I believe he was facing. Actually, I'm not sure. I don't remember. I'm drawing a blank on who he was facing, but I remember that they built kind of around Trick Room, and then all their Pokemon were Trick Room based. It was Carlo. It was Carlo because he was running Landorus Eye, and Garchomp was actually faster than Landorus Eye. And then at the end of the game, I believe Trick Room was up, or no, yeah, Trick Room was up, and Pyroar actually outsped Garchomp under Trick Room. So like all of his Pokemon were like really, really slow, which really led to the sweep because it allowed Garchomp to set up and then one-shot Landorus Incarnate, which obviously Landorus should be faster than him. So a little bit of a mistake on his opponent's part, but you can't ignore picking up 5 kills with a Swords Dance set, only losing out to Pyroar at the very end because Pyroar was so very slow, which is actually crazy. I thought when I saw the Pyroar come up, I was like, man, Trick Room's up, here comes the Earthquake, but then Pyroar was slower, so outsped, which was pretty crazy. So, but 5 kills cannot be ignored. That's obviously almost all of them, so you got to put it on the list. Number 2 is where he goes, and honestly, I don't know how much number 1 actually deserves to be number 1. He definitely deserves to be on the list, but I could ignore it. This probably is the only time I ever put him in number 1 if he even makes the list again, but I couldn't not make it Geodude. I couldn't. My soul needed this to be number 1. So this is Aura Guardian and his Harrisburg Heatrans, and my boy is a memer supreme. Not only did he draft Geodude, which remember it's forced to be level 50, so you can't run the like the sturdy berry juice kind of set, but he made it one of his 3 Z captains. Now he's not running a Z move this week, but he had to be on here, dude. Geodude, choice band. Excuse me. Sturdy, obviously. Adamant, max HP, max attack. Counter, Earthquake, Explosion, Stone Edge. What a move set. And the reason this is on the list and the reason I made it number 1 is because it picked up a kill which could not be ignored. So he came in on a Hitmontop that had already close combated. He took close combat thanks to Sturdy, obviously, and then clicked Choice Banded Explosion on a -2 Hitmontop, who is I mean, obviously his Choice Band is -2, but Hitmontop's bulky, dude. And he picks up, he one-shots him from literally 100% all the way to 0, picks up the kill. I think Aura's brought it, he's brought it at least twice and maybe all 3 times this season. But it picked up its first kill of the year. I had to. I don't know. I don't know if I ever put him on the list again because at base value he only picked up a single kill and killed himself in the process. But it does not get more heat than Choice Banded Explosion Geodude one-shotting a Hitmontop. That's got to be number 1. That's got to be. So, you know, Marowak gets 4, Mega Garchomp gets freaking 5. but Geodude gets a single kill and makes number 1. This will probably be the only time it makes number 1 because it's kind of a joke, but I mean, you got to give it to him. You just got to clap your hands and give it to Aura for having the balls to draft it, make it a Z captain, and then run it, and then run this kind of set and actually do something with it. So props to Aura. You're a god, sir. You deserve to be number 1 this week. Thank you for letting me watch your Geodude go in. So thank you guys for watching yet again. I do appreciate it. Of course, Wednesday, we will be on schedule next week. So Wednesday will be the next XRL video where we'll be taking a look at Game of the Week for Week 4. As always, we'll be watching these videos live on on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/xChrisCobain, link in the description below, starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow on Sunday. So make sure you guys check it out, and we'll get to see all of them as they happen, see what kind of matches, see what kind of Pokemon we see, and maybe you guys can figure out what will be on this list next week. So thanks for watching again, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for Game of the Week, Week 4. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to you next time, all right? All right, peace, Ramen Nation. See you.